globally. We'll talk about it later. I used to be fat. In fact, I'm slim but I identify as trans fat. Okay, I'm sure. Anyway, his mom died. Woo! I was going to say, you should go and tell his mom those things. Anything you're saying, yani na kifua, endo wambe mamako kwanza kwa uso yake tuone kama atakuslap. And then that's normally a nice place to test your madness, right? Because your mom will never let you get away with nonsense. Anyway, thanks for making the time. It's time for What Around Town. And today, what are the signs of a toxic workplace? My friend recently got a new job, and she ulizas where HR is. First, there's no HR. And I was like, ooh, please just, have you signed the contract? Please just text that guy who interviewed you and tell them, psych, because that is not going to end well. Let me tell you the reason why you need to work in a place that has clear and proper structures. Because clear and proper structures bring or automatically just means there's order in that place, right? It's like the bare minimum. It's like having a house without a toilet. You've built a mansion and there's no bathroom. You understand? There's a problem. There's a problem, a structural problem. So I told her the fact that you guys don't have a clear, even chain of command, you have no institutional organization. I know who my supervisor is. I know who their supervisor is. And I know who my supervisor, you dig. I'm just saying that those things say a lot about an institution. So that is a giant red flag. That is going to be a toxic workplace. It's good to start seeing the red flags when they're still pink. Cindy, when they're still pink, because they're just going to get darker and darker and darker, but it's good to just recognize them from the jump. Another thing is high turnover of staff. Again, I'm going to have this conversation that I had with someone, and they said their daughter is in a good school and they love the school and whatnot, but they have a high turnover of teachers, of their teaching staff. Says a lot about why can people say no one's committing to you. That means no. Companies should also be showing us their body count. It's the truth. If people just keep coming and just going like your office is a bridge, it says a lot about you. Why don't people keep their jobs? Why don't people stay employed with you? And I really like companies when you go for the interviews and they ask you the questions, and they also ask you if, for whatever reason, you have some queries or some questions that are pertinent that you would like to be answered, or some clarification on something. All the time. Let me ask you a question. Today, you see, Yolanda is hosting Mid Morning on SpiceFM. There's an ad in the newspaper. 3 months later, there's another ad after Madam X comes and replaces me, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. It'll definitely, that's a dead giveaway. It'll definitely tell you that something is amiss, something isn't right. So, high turnover of staff is a telltale sign that something is not good. And then another thing is when you are aggrieved in a company, maybe let's say you're new and you point out something that you've noticed that doesn't sit well with you, and you get punished for it. Toxic. More toxic than your boyfriend. More toxic than your husband. Toxic. You don't even need a toxic. So those are some of the things that you need to look out for. And then I always say, this is risky because sometimes you might speak to someone who is jaded, but always look at how an organization treats its most oldest staff. Yeah, like Mefusela, kama kwa Standard Group, lazima kuna Mefusela. Patient 001, umwangalie. Kama yuko sawa, mbele haiko sawa. So always look at how organizations treat their oldest staff members, because it's just not your turn. Hujafikiwa burial, vumilia tu, they'll get to you. So sometimes you can tell from these from the little small signs, but this place is wanajua kuficha toxicity yao. Unajuanga when it's too late, kama ya relationship, mimba ukishaza unalimwa with the first toxic act, but it's too late to turn back. Now you are attached to this person, by blood, in fact. So just sometimes we are groping in the dark, but when you can see the signs, get clarification on them, and don't try and sugarcoat things. Just try and be rational and level-headed from the get-go, so that you know whether this is your new home, and then also know that there's issues that are work in progress, right? Like, for instance, there's a change in management and you've just joined a new company. Give the new management a chance, Cindy. Give them the opportunity to show you that they're different from whatever was going on before. So there's always a little wiggle room with madness, I believe. But I can't wait to hear from you at SpiceFM KE on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Tell me, what are the signs of a toxic workplace? Zoom mimic zile za relationship yako. So you'll get the answer right. SpiceFM KE. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. At me as well at Yolanda Mulwa. Chris Brown, Asher, Rick Ross, New Flame.